I'm willing to bet that you've used the word cringe before, or heard someone else describe something as cringe. But what does it actually mean for something to be cringe, or to be cringe? There's tons of definitions you can find of it online, but most recently I heard one from Dr. K, who's a psychologist that streams on Twitch. He said, being cringe is forcing an interaction between someone and yourself. So let's take what we just learned from that definition and apply it to fighting games. How do we force an interaction in fighting games? Well, from what I've experienced, there's two ways to make a move on someone. You can either attack them and wait for the opponent to react, or you could run away and wait for them to come to you. Now, this doesn't really work in most shooters or other objective-based games because that's just it. It's objective-based. Fighting games, the only objective is to knock out the other opponent, and the only thing forcing this interaction is a clock at the top of the screen. What is good about fighting games though is the seamless ability to adapt and overcome other playstyles. However, I worry that the skill level to close the gap between your opponent will not grow as fast as the skill level to keep the distance between you and your opponent. This is especially an issue in Brawlhalla, a game where the movement is key and combos are more like strings, meaning they're not true. It's not like A to quarter swing input and to more dial-up buttons to get larger combos. It's a hit, a dodge reaction, and possibly another hit. And movement, the maps are huge and you have an infinite amount of resources to just jump and dodge and run around and use the entire map however you'd like. And when you're searching for these dodge reads, more than half the time you're wrong, especially when you're learning the game. Like sidelight on Gauntlet, you can either dodge up or down or to the side, but most of the time, sometimes people don't even dodge at all. They've been hit by sidelight to recovery so many times, they just don't dodge. So when you're looking for a dodge read to possibly download that information, they won't dodge, and then the next time you hit them with it, there's a dodge. So it really feels hopeless sometimes. So what is the solution to beating a passive playstyle? I wish I knew, because if I did know, I'd be telling you guys instead of being stuck in low gold and plat making this video. I talked to a pro player recently, Costelix, about what he was going to do before heading into Omen Oasis Championship. And he said he doesn't even plan on doing combos. He just wants to do 1 to 2 hit strings and then lead the fight. Basically, head in, hit him, head out. Because that seems to be the most effective way to play the game right now. Does that mean this is it for competitive play? Like, has passive play gotten so much better than aggressive play that we no longer have a reason to fight? And we should just wait for our opponent to come to us when they get bored? It may get to the point where the optimization becomes punishing as hard as possible and as little as 3 to 4 fights to possibly win a game. Such as going a high damage character like Zol, where you can run 9 damage and 3 Axers can nearly kill off the edge of the map. I guess for now we'll see. But it seems to be that the only way to bridge the gap between you and your opponent is everyone's least favorite mechanic, weapon throws. Not only does everyone dislike weapon throws because of how effective they are, but it seems to be the best option for passive play. If someone's hanging off the edge of the map, drop your weapon on them. If someone's running away from you, throw your weapon on them. It interrupts all attacks, it can burn a dodge, and there's a good chance if you land it, you just get the weapon back. It used to just be a killing method for off edge, like after you hit someone off the side of the map, you'd throw your weapon at them. But now it's become a combo initiator. Throwing your axe into someone as Ragnar and then delighting into a combo is very popular. I'm not saying weapon throws are bad or good, but it isn't the best when the mechanic is dependent on the size and weight of the weapon from what the devs said it would be from the release date. The fact that the hammer lands harder and covers more space just because of the size of it isn't entirely competitively fair. You could argue to play hammer, but I don't want to get too into weapon throws. But I mean, there has to be a way to get over passive play. So let's look at Smash for an example. A much bigger scene. You may think Brawlhalla has the bigger payouts and the larger player base, but Smash has been around for 20 plus years and it's a grassroots scene. It is all based on what the players have decided to make it upon. And the most passive character in all of Smash would be Sonic. He has an amazing punish kit, insane speed, very good at getting out of sticky situations. It's very hard to react to Sonic because of his speed, and he can charge up just about anywhere on the map and then attack his opponent from anywhere on the map. And if you aren't good with that little amount of shield you have, the Sonic player will take the game and run with it. But why don't we see Sonic players winning any majors? This is because the Smash players have figured out a way around passive play. If we look at the past 2 years of Smash Ultimate competitive play, it's been generally 4 players winning every single tournament, and none of them are Sonic players. And in fact, one of them plays Byleth, And if you don't know much about Smash, Byleth is very slow. She hits hard, but very slow. And you don't want to be slow in a platforming fighting game, especially when air movement is so essential. So how is it that this top player is winning with one of the slowest characters in the game? He's found a way to deal with passive play. He's found a way to punish it much harder than they can run away from him. So what I'm getting at with that is because they've developed more time into their scene, hopefully it will carry in to Brawlhalla. Smash may have just a ledge, which eliminates a lot of this issue, but Brawlhalla has an entire wall. Now going off onto that wall can be terrifying, but it may be the only way to break passive play. And I'm not saying don't ever play passive. If you catch yourself struggling to approach an opponent though, don't blame it on them being cringe. I mean, they are being cringe. But instead, let's figure out a way to close that gap and possibly see if we can end passive play and start rewarding the more aggressive play style. And then that way the game will be more fun to watch. We'll see more players come out, and maybe your friends will start playing with you, because everyone knows how hard it is to get someone into a fighting game when they suck at it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hearing out this thought. If you made it this far, that's pretty cool. I enjoyed making it. It was fun to do.